Okay, Mr. Krebs.
Bingo.
Okay, bingo. You want to tell me exactly what happened?
Well, I was at my usual corner, riding a unicycle around in circles and balancing a custard pie on a stick, juggling a couple of bananas, when this guy comes up to me and he says, "Hey, bozo, you got the time?" Said to him, "Sure." Next thing I know, I'm sprawled out on the sidewalk and he's halfway down the street with my thank you dish. Got away with nearly $50.
I see. Hey, how come you didn't chase after him in your little car? Come on, you know, the one with you and all the other clowns kind of crammed inside.
I don't drive.
Oh.
What are you working on?
Crime statistics?
Need any help?
No, thanks, I got it. What are you doing?
Looking for some leads on those warehouse break-ins.
Sounds real interesting.
It's very exciting. Want to call Luger and hang up?
Let me think about it.
All right.
Oh, Barney? William Krebs, a.k.a. Bingo.
What's happening with the world?
I'm not sure, Mr. Krebs.
He was mugged while entertaining a crowd of moviegoers outside the Tivoli Theater over on Houston. Sounds like our man, huh?
What man?
I'm afraid you were the third clown to be assaulted in this precinct in the last 2 weeks.
I didn't have the heart to say it.
I also got a mime and a juggler, a couple of one-man bands.
I mean, there's some guy running around out there who only picks on people like me.
I'm afraid so.
Everybody loves the clown, right?
Show him the mug books.
Bart, got a disturbance in a cafeteria over on Christopher.
You and Dietrich.
Hey, Dietrich. We got a call.
Oh, boy.
Midnight milk called. Shh. Wasn't gonna walk up. I liked you up.
Yeah, right. Got it. Barney? Looks like we got a wild party in progress over at the Greenwich Hotel. You know, booze and hookers.
Take Levitt.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Problem, gentlemen?
Well, Harris gets the party and the clown.
Get out of here.
Sorry, we'll call Luger.
Realize you have ruined my party.
Oh, that's okay. You can cry if you want to.
You would cry, too, if it happened to you. I got the album.
Oh,
What album?
Sir, this is Mr. Andrew Landry. Charges include disturbing the peace, destruction of private property, and solicitation of prostitution.
Why, you must be Barney. I heard a lot about you in the car. What happened?
Well, when we got to the hotel, the night clerk led us directly to Mr. Landry's hospitality suite, where we found old Andy here. He was hosting a stag film while assorted trollops served cocktails to the guests, and the food fight just raged on in the master bedroom.
Apparently, the first pizza roll was hurled when the boys from Bed-Stuy accused Manhattan South of being a pansy precinct.
There were cops there? Yeah, about 30 of them, including these two.
Well, Barney, you see, Mr. Landry here, he's in town representing the burgeoning metropolis of Mesa City, New Mexico. He's trying to find himself a police department.
A police recruiter, sir.
Thank you, Levitz. I'm sorry if things got a little out of hand, Captain. But you know how cops get after a couple of drinks. No, I don't.
Well, then, maybe you'd like to sit down and have a chat over a cup of coffee.
Mr. Landry, you don't...
You see, Captain, Mesa City is not just on the lookout for patrolmen.
Mr. Landry...
We also have several high-paying positions of leadership available for men in command positions.
Book 'em.
Mr. Landry, you
I like him.
Oh, no, he's spoken for.
Oh?
You want to just, but now, he's available.
So you wanted to see me?
Yes, Levitt. Come in. Sit down.
Sit down, sir. Yeah. Thank you. It's my mother, isn't it?
Huh?
My deaf sister.
Levitt, take it easy. Take it easy. It's just about that Medal of Valor.
Oh?
Yeah, I opened the mail. I came across this letter from the citation board.
Was the meddling closer?
You're not getting the medal, Carl. They turned you down.
But didn't you tell them I saved the life of a small boy at considerable risk to my own?
Well aware of that.
Oh. Well, then, did they offer a particular reason? Or are they just kissing me off for kicks?
Read you exactly what they wrote. The board acknowledges that the actions taken by Officer Carl Levitt on November 12th, 1981 were noteworthy and well in keeping with the high level of excellence maintained by the New York City Police Department. However, request denied.
Well, that certainly explains it.
Get inside. Get inside.
Shut your mouth.
Hey, a clown. Is he for us?
Stick with your party.
What with my nebulous status to begin with, and now...
Excuse me. There's something out here I think you should know about.
Excuse me, Levitt.
It's okay, sir. I'll just sit here quietly and maintain my level of excellence.
All right, what do we got?
Gilbert Doyle, Edward Crenshaw, and Vincent Royer.
Your boys didn't even let us finish our dinner.
Me too.
Barney, we got to the cafeteria. There was about 20 of these creeps going crazy in the food line, stealing trays, not paying for them, tipping over tables, pushing people around.
Hey, we were celebrating.
What were you celebrating?
Just got out of jail.
Today?
Tonight.
Tonight?
An hour ago.
That's 2 o'clock in the morning.
They woke me up.
Barney, there's an assault in progress at the Magnolia Theater over on 3rd.
That's Mr. Jingle's corner.
All right, you and,
I'll go, sir.
Thank you, Levitt.
And when I get back, you can begin to process my resignation.
Levitt.
I'm quite sure that I'll prove that.
Excuse me.
Okay, cowboy, you got a deal.
Read. Levitt. All right, let's get on with this. What's with these guys?
What's with Levitt?
Or Joe?
Barney, you must have done something.
I didn't do anything. They turned down his medal.
Oh, you're kidding.
One medal.
Can we get on with this, please?
Yeah, sure. Okay. According to these guys, they were all doing time at Rikers until about midnight tonight when the guards came up, told them to pack their gear and get ready. The buses were waiting.
It was really weird. I mean, I'm relaxing in my cell, fighting with this dope dealer over my blanket. Next thing I know, boom, I'm being piled in a bus with 100 other cons.
They dumped us on Wall Street.
It was Madison, fruitball.
Oh, I saw a wall.
That's when a bunch of them decided to celebrate Bastille Day by wrecking the cafeteria.
When we got there, they all scattered. These were the only 3 we could grab.
Yeah, lucky us.
All right, let's start processing them. Dietrich, get on to Rikers Island. See if you can find out what's happening.
Right. Vinny, come on.
Does this mean I have to finish my sentence?
Hey, man, shut up.
You what?
Well, I could be wrong, but according to my calendar, I should still be in jail.
Me too.
Really?
Well, I had only about 3 months to go.
Dietrich. I'm on it, boy.
Oh, boy.
All right, give her the desk. Put out your valuables.
And we know the procedure.
Then get on it. What? This thing with Levitt.
Oh, Wojo, please, not now.
Okay, then who is this guy?
Andrew Landry, Land of Enchantment. You like turquoise?
Excuse me.
Got statements from Doyle and Crenshaw. Slapped him in the cage.
Fine.
I put in that call to Rikers. Guy should be coming down soon.
Fine. Something else?
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
we're thinking about Levitt and metal and all that.
Yeah.
You think he's gonna quit?
I don't know.
How about that Libyan hit team, huh? Just trying to lighten things up.
Can I help you?
Gordon Kaiser, New York City Department of Corrections. Did you call me?
I did.
Oh,
Sergeant Dietrich.
Sergeant. Gordon Kaiser, New York City Department of Corrections.
Right. You know any of these guys?
Oh, let's take a look. Well, you know, I really can't be sure. I just woke up.
Hold on, I'll get the captain.
Hi, Mr. Kaiser.
What the hell are you doing in there?
Wrecked the restaurant.
What?
It happens.
But you promised me you'd be good, you'd get on a bus and disappear.
How about that?
Kaiser, I'm Captain Miller.
Captain Miller, it's a pleasure. Well, what seems to be the problem?
Well, according to these gentlemen, they were yanked out of jail, put on a bus, and dumped in the middle of Manhattan.
That's true, but not entirely accurate. Could we talk somewhere in private?
Excuse me, Sergeant. You guys haven't even touched my brochure.
Well, we've been busy.
Oh.
I read mine.
The point is, Captain, what with Rikers being so hopelessly overcrowded as it is, we decided that it would be a very innovative concept to prune back on our misdemeanor offenders.
Prune back?
You know, granting early releases to purse snatchers, second-story men, petty thieves, etc., and thereby making valuable cell space available for the far more despicable and deserving criminals.
If this is such a great idea, Mr. Kaiser, why just sneak him out in the middle of the night?
Sentimental reasons? Look, Captain.
Mr. Kaiser, what is it you want of me?
It's no big thing. If you could just see yourself clear to let those boys go.
Just ignore the charges?
All right, come on, Duncan. Step inside here.
Weren't you in charge last time?
Just get in here.
That's him! That's the guy who robbed me!
Hey, you must be mistaking me for some other clown.
Clown!
Ooh, sorry.
But, Captain, if you could just for a moment put yourself in my shoes.
Wrong size, Mr. Kaiser.
Barney.
Yeah.
You remember Arthur Duncan here?
Back again, Duncan?
Well, when we drove up in front of the theater, we found Arthur here pinned against the ticket booth by one Mr. Jingles and Woof Woof, the wonder dog.
Yeah. A Great Dane wearing a derby. Very funny.
So you're up to clowns now, huh, Duncan?
Well, I can't help it. My father never took me to the circus. Well, maybe it was the boat show.
Take a stick.
Circus boy, take a seat over there, huh?
Yeah, sure, right.
Sir, if you won't be needing me for anything else.
Levitt.
Officer Levitt, if you'd like to get the ball rolling, you can fill out the job application.
Landry, will you just shut up?
Captain.
Not now, Mr. Kaiser, please!
Sir, I don't mind. I got some paperwork. Pencil okay?
Fine.
As I was about to say, Captain, I just spoke to the boys. Now, they've given me every assurance that if you release them in my custody, they promise to straighten up and fly right.
Barney, I just checked out the boys. Two of them, Roy and Doyle, they're both short-time burglars. This guy on the left, Crenshaw, knocked off a Brinks truck a month ago. He's doing 10 years.
What? Really?
Yeah, I just got in line.
Well, that is a turn of events, but I see no reason why one slight little oversight should deter you from releasing the other fine men.
Sure, why not? Mojo, turn them loose. Who? All of them.
All of them?
All of them! Come on, turn them loose. You too, Mr. Duncan. You're free to go.
Oh, thank you.
Why not? Why not? They're going to be out of here in a couple of days anyway. Let's face it, Mojo. All we're doing up here is spinning our wheels, pretending that what we do means something, and it means nothing. And why? Somebody explain why? Why do we do it? Respect. Recognition. That wonderful feeling of achievement we get as we watch a bunch of punks laughing their way through the system.
Sir, if it'll make things any better around here, I'll stay.
Oh, Levitt, I think you should go.
Huh?
I really do. I think you should go. I think we should all go. I think we should all just pack up and get out of here. Leave this stinking city to go to hell in a handbasket because let's face it, we're in the way.
Barney, I got dispatch on the line. About 15 guys just crashed an after-hours club over on 19th.
Really?
Barney, we still here?
Yeah, that's everybody.
All right, we're on our way.
Good for you, Barn.
Come on, Duncan, let's go.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, let's get some cars.
Okay.
Nice speech, Bond.
Come on.
Sir, you're not getting rid of me that easy.
I'm going to go downstairs and grab some uniforms. Hell in a handbasket? Sleep.
Captain, maybe I better go down with them just in case.
I'd appreciate that, Mr. Kaiser.
I thought you might.
God, you're good. Thing is, I've already brought so much happiness and good cheer to the people of this city. Well, it occurred to me, maybe it's only fair that I move on and bring my gift of sunshine to other people and other places.
Uh-huh.
Where'd you say you were from?
Baltimore.
Oh.
We're back.
All right, inside, Harris. Hey, what's happening?
How'd it go? That's the same crowd from the cafeteria. So we busted in, we rounded them up, and we headed them out. I read the brochure.
The paddy wagon took them all over to Manhattan South, and Mr. Kaiser just went along for the ride.
Fine. Look, it's almost the end of the shift. Why don't you guys run that bunch downtown and head on home?
All right.
Sir, I'd like to say something before we adjourn into the dawn.
Yes, Levitt?
Well, it's just, I think I speak for all of us when I say that no matter how tedious or frustrating or unrewarding the job may seem at times, it's the privilege of serving under an officer of your caliber and dedication that somehow makes the whole wacky ball of wax worthwhile. Right, guys?
Yeah, right.
I got nothing to add.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yes, Alan, I am aware that I haven't written a word since blood on the badge. I am very busy trying to flush out a couple of poignant notions. You know, I mean, mold them into some viable concepts. And, I mean, these things, they just take time. Yeah, right. I'll be in touch.
Problem along the book beat?
Problem along the book beat?
Barney, these are the photos that came in from the homicide at the Jade Palace in Chinatown.
Oh, good. Oh, God.
Yeah. They were members of the White Dragons, heavy into drugs and protection.
They're just kids.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my. Aren't these lovely? You and Barney discussing our case?
Well, you were talking to your agent.
Thank you, Dietrich.
You're welcome.
So where does this stand?
Well, actually, the whole thing pretty well steps out as your basic inter-gang territorial dispute. But, well, we can't be sure. We tried talking to merchants, people on the street, the victims' families, but everybody just waved us off, told us what goes on in Chinatown is none of our concern.
Oh, wonderful. What about him?
It's my turn? What? That's Victor Ling. He was the waiter at the Last Supper.
And what did he see?
He says he didn't see anything. It's hard to miss it, though.
Let me talk to him.
Good luck.
What'd you bring up my agent for?
It's good for your image.
Mr. Ling, I'm Captain Miller.
It's an honor and privilege to meet you, Captain. Can I go now?
I'm afraid not. You want to have a seat, Mr. Ling? Mr. Ling, I understand you work at the Jade Palace?
Yes.
And, you were there the night of the murders?
Yes.
You saw what occurred?
No.
Wow, Mr. Ling, it's a small restaurant. Must have been a lot of excitement, noise. Surely you must have seen somebody.
No.
Heard something.
No.
You're absolutely certain?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Ling.
Yeah, that's grilling up.
Okay, Miss Fitzjames, if you'll step in here.
Thank you. Oh,
Well, this is where we work.
well, it's very functional, isn't it?
You get used to it.
Would you?
Barn, this is Miss Carolyn Fitzjames. This is Captain Miller.
Oh, hello, Captain.
Miss Fitzjames was leaving her furriers when some guy came up, grabbed something off her neck, and took off.
One feels so violated.
Yes, one does.
Well, apparently, what the guy made off with was some sort of a diamond thing.
It was a brooch.
It was a brooch. Worth about $40,000. You did say $40,000.
I know that may not seem very important. But you see, Captain, it had a certain sentimental value. It was a Valentine's Day gift from my late husband.
Oh, you're a widow.
Twice.
Twice.
Wojo, why don't you offer Miss Fitzjames a cup of coffee?
Thank you, Captain.
Don't have any cream.
I am sorry.
Aren't you going to have her take a seat?
Sure. Won't you take a seat?
Thank you.
We're on our way. Barn, that was dispatch. Somebody just reported a break-in at a restaurant over on Broadway.
All right, take a Levitt.
Right. Come on, little Levitt. Got a call.
Get a cool.
I think I'm gonna ignore that. right, come on, Botnick. Get inside here.
Hey, you guys can't do this to me. I'm a Rotarian.
Big deal. I'm a Capricorn. Over there and empty your pockets.
What do you got here?
So this is Mr. Sidney Botnick. We picked him up in the process of ransacking the Wild West Waffle Hut over on Broadway.
I'm entitled.
When we got there, Barn, we found the back door jimmied open, and Sidney here was carting out waffle irons, tablecloths, a couple of cases of syrup, assorted flavors.
Planning on opening your own restaurant, Mr. Botnick?
That is my own restaurant.
Huh?
Well, at least it was.
Barn, apparently when Mr. Botnick got to work this morning, he found all of his doors padlocked shut, and this was posted on the front window.
Read it and weep.
Warning, U.S. government seizure. Property has been seized for non-payment of internal revenue taxes. To from assessor, director of... All persons warned not to remove or tamper with this property under severe penalty of the law.
Well, they can't do that to me. I'm a taxpayer.
Or not.
Cheating on your income tax, Mr. Botnick?
No. I just couldn't sell enough waffles to pay him.
Oh. Didn't you contact the IRS? Tell them about your situation? They're generally...
Yeah, I did that. I even sat down with an agent and worked out one of them deferred payment schedules.
And?
I think maybe I missed a couple.
Oh.
Gentlemen, Senator Scanlon, how you doing? Dietrich, you been to any rallies lately? Nuke to Wales. Wales. Apolitical. Good for you. Harris.
Lieutenant?
How thing down in funky town?
Oh, they fine.
Oh, well, Lieutenant Scanlon.
Miller.
What brings internal affairs down, Lieutenant?
Come on, Miller. I turn my back for a few months and what happens?
I don't know. What happens?
What happens is that one of your men, Sergeant Wojciechowicz, winds up getting his pantsuit off by a certain Maureen Elizabeth Ballantyne, the unwed mother of his illegitimate sonny Jim, thereby casting not only shame and degradation on the department as a whole, but impugning the character, the integrity of your fellow officers, who take immense pride and the proper precautions when they go for the gusto.
You finished, Scanlon?
More or less.
Good. Because that suit was dropped about 3 months ago.
Oh? Why?
Because, it's not my kid.
Why not?
Scanlon!
That's all right, Barn. I'll tell him. Because I'm sterile. Okay?
I knew that. I just wanted to hear you say it.
Barney?
Yeah.
Got the DA's office on the line. They say it's important.
I'll take it to my office.
Right.
I'll be downstairs.
So? Hi.
Hello.
I'll be downstairs.
So, Arthur, you getting anywhere with our Mr. Ling?
No.
I mean, maybe the guy just really didn't see anything.
Why? You say something to your agent?
Now, what is that supposed to mean?
Well, it's your case. You could try talking to the guy.
Barney sent me out on another call.
So when you coming back?
Look, I can't do this case
Problem,
and take...
gentlemen?
No problem. We were just discussing our case.
Oh, well, you're going to have ample opportunity to do that.
Why?
Just got off the phone with the DA's office. Seems the mayor's office is not all that thrilled with the open warfare in Chinatown and has expressed that sentiment in no uncertain terms to the commissioner's office.
Is that why you took the call in your office?
In any case, under the circumstances, the district attorney has had the court designate Mr. Ling here as a material witness.
And
until Mr. Ling decides to cooperate, 3 of you are going to be rooming together.
You're not serious.
You got him for 30 days.
30 days?
Now, isn't that senseless, Mr. Ling? I mean, I've seen younger men crack under the pressure of that kind of lengthy confinement. It's, Dietrich, tell him.
His father was a waiter until he was 102.
Go.
Harris?
I'm back. Anyway. You know, what with all the excitement and all, I don't think we were properly introduced. I'm Scanlon. Lieutenant. Ben.
It's been nice talking to you, Ben.
Barney, I booked the 3 of us at the Greenwich. I have all the information, the address, room number, phone number.
Okay. The Smith brothers?
You needed a name?
Barney?
Yeah.
Look, I've been discussing the case with Mr. Ling, and I feel pretty sure that we can get whatever information we need, Barney, if you'll just let me hit him.
I'll think about it.
Look, I am desperate, Barney. I mean, this assignment could not have come at a worse time for me.
Really?
Well, it's just that, Barney, I have reached this pivotal point in my life where I feel a vital need to be alone and introspective. I mean, Barn, I have been trying to work out this writer's block thing. I mean, reappraising my values and goals. I'm talking stifled creative function, Barn. I just feel that at this juncture, any invasion into my private space could well result in an emotional apocalypse.
That's pretty good.
I like
Can I help you?
I'm Alfred Walker, Internal Revenue Service. And you are?
I'm a cop. What can I do for you?
I'm here in regard to the Wild West Waffle Hut. We own it.
You stole it!
I beg your pardon.
You walk in and take a man's whole business like it was a piece of
please,
trash.
please.
Okay. Hey, I paid your salary, son!
I'll get the cap.
Thank you. I take it you're Botnick? Sidney M.?
Fascist.
Yes, well, I'm afraid I found it quite disheartening to hear about your little crime spree this morning.
Hey, I only took what was rightfully mine.
You people.
Walker, I'm Captain Miller.
Captain.
I take it you're here with regards to Mr. Botnick?
Unfortunately, Captain, Mr. Botnick is in violation of Article 26, Section 2233, which states quite clearly that any attempted rescue of seized property is a felony. He belongs to us now.
Oh, debtor's prison.
Something like that.
You should be arresting him. I mean, he came in and took my whole restaurant like it was nothing. He's trying to ruin my life.
That's my job.
Well, that may be, Mr. Walker, but quite frankly, I'm a little confused by your methods.
Oh?
Yeah, according to Mr. Botnick, there was no prior notification of action. There was no warrant to enter the premises, no court order to close it down. I don't know, the whole thing sounds blatantly unconstitutional.
I know. We're the IRS. We can do that. So, Captain, if you'll just sign this release, I'll have a federal marshal here shortly to collect him.
All right, well, we're going to need some information, too, Mr. Walker. Sergeant Harris?
Over here, Adolph.
Alfred.
Yeah, my mistake. Sit down.
What the hell are you still doing here?
Everybody keeps saying that.
Social call. Sergeant Harris? Sergeant Dietrich?
What's this?
Bon voyage card. It's just my little way of saying I heard.
Oh, how thoughtful.
Sir, I just got wind of your pending and crippling shortage of manpower up here.
Tomorrow morning at 9.
Plain clothes, sir?
Plain clothes.
The whole month, sir?
We'll see that.
Thank you, sir. Bless you, sir. You got a great wall.
Miss Fitzjames, any luck?
I'm afraid not.
I called the likely places, and nothing's turned up yet, and probably won't.
I guess.
Well, we
Well,
really...
then, Miller, if you don't need me anymore, I'll just get out of your hair. I'll just head back downtown.
Feel free.
Right. Men!
Well, Captain, if there's nothing else you can possibly...
I'm afraid that's it.
Goodbye, Captain.
Ma'am?
Sergeant.
Take care of yourself.
I'll do my best, Sergeant.
Allow me. As to you. Nice girl.
Barney, finished with Mr. Walker. You care to take another crack at him?
I'd like that.
Mr. Walker?
Yes, Captain.
Mr. Walker, I admit this is not really my jurisdiction, and while Mr. Botnick has violated the law, what he did was more in the nature of a tantrum than a crime. He has been trying to meet his obligations. Well, it occurs to me that if you gave him another chance...
No way.
How's the man going to pay you any money if you got him in jail?
I'm sorry, but we have an example to set.
Really?
After all, there are other merchants in the neighborhood. The next time they're tempted to stick their fingers in the till, or deduct a phony business lunch, or write off that week in the Bahamas, which I can't even afford, they'll picture Mr. Botnick's little waffle hut all boarded up and broken down, and maybe next time they'll think twice about cheating me. Me? Yes. Well, us, me. The United States government. At any rate, do you have something for me?
All right, you sign this one and I'll sign yours. Really appreciate you coming down.
My pleasure.
Here you go.
Thank you. Goodbye, Mr. Botnick. No hard feelings.
You're filth, you know that?
Certainly. Tell a friend.
Ready to roll, Barn.
Harris,
What?
it's almost checkout time. Why don't you head down to the hotel and check in?
We gotta stop off at my place first, pick up my clarinet.
This is your fault.
Sergeant, I too had other plans.
Oh, good.
Remember, one of you guys got to keep an eye on them at all times.
Right, Barn.
Keep an eye on yourselves, too, huh? Some of those Tong gangs would just as soon slit your throat as look at you.
At least there's a bright side.
Come on, Mr. Ling, let's go.
If we must.
Let's go, Arthur.
Coming. Hope you guys don't get on each other's nerves.
No, we'll...
Mr. Ling, I understand you work at the Jade Palace?
Yes.
And you were there the night of the murders?
Yes.
You saw what occurred?
No.
Wow, Mr. Ling, it's a small restaurant. Must have been a lot of excitement, noise. Surely you must have seen somebody.
No.
Heard something.
No.
Anything that might help us in our investigation?
No.
Nothing.
No.
You're absolutely certain?
Yes.
Maybe we're going to have to face the fact that, maybe the guy just really didn't see anything.
Until Mr. Ling decides to cooperate, three of you are going to be rooming together.
You're not serious.
You got him for 30 days.
You know, what with all the excitement and all, I don't think we were properly introduced. I'm Scanlon. Lieutenant. Ben.
It's been nice talking to you, Ben.
Does this room include a light?
I don't work here.
I'll try the wall.
This is great, isn't it?
Dietrich. Dietrich. Come on, Arthur. Man, it's after 7 o'clock. Get up.
Make your own breakfast.
Look, man, I've been sitting out there all night. I'm tired. I got a headache. And it's your turn to watch Ming the Merciless. Come on. Okay, Arthur. Fine. If you'd rather not approach this assignment like two mature adults sharing our duties equally and with a spirit of mutual cooperation, well, then that's okay by me.
Good. Hit the light, will you?
Oh, sure. Of course, you can kiss off your damn cartoons.
Hey, it's my TV, too. All right, I'm up.
Good morning.
Morning. I'm naked, you know that?
Anything going on? Levitt went out on a call. Took a uniform. Okay. You heard from Harris or Dietrich yet today?
No. I imagine everything's going okay.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'll be in my office.
Sure.
I'll let you know if they call in.
Right, same here. Be like this for a month, huh?
Probably.
I'm gonna kill that man.
That was Begin to Begin. You recognize it?
Yes. You are very talented.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
Is it E flat or E minor? What's the difference?
Gentlemen, in case anyone's interested, I've worked up tomorrow's duty roster.
Oh, goody. Anybody we know?
All of us.
Barney, it's 8 days in a row. 12-hour shifts.
I'm fully aware of that.
Well, it's not fair. For any of us.
Well, I don't know. I mean, as much as I miss Sergeants Harris and Dietrich, I just feel that working under this intense pressure, coupled with long, arduous hours and a complete absence of recreational sex, somehow brought the three of us even closer together. I could be wrong.
Dietrich, you know we still don't have any hot water.
Oh, yeah?
You did call.
Do it first thing in the morning.
Fine.
Barney called.
Oh? When?
Yeah, about 5. He didn't want me to wake you.
Oh. So how's everybody doing?
Pretty good, I guess. Wanted to know if we were making any progress. That's what I said.
Captain.
Yes, Miss Fitzjames. Nice to see you. I'm afraid we have no further information about your diamonds.
I know you're doing your best.
I mean, we'll let you know as soon as something turns up. Is there something else?
I'm afraid so. Oh, this is extremely awkward, Captain. It concerns the conduct of one of your men.
Oh?
Hey, come on. I only asked if you had hobbies.
No, I wasn't referring to you, Sergeant. It's someone else. Well, he keeps calling me on the telephone, and then he just drops by my apartment at very strange hours. to discuss my case. And then he proceeds to invite me out for breakfast or lunch or dinner, whatever's appropriate at the time.
Who is it? What's his name?
Lieutenant Scanlon. He does belong to you, doesn't he?
He does now.
Okay, Mr. Ling. We're going to try it again once more from the top.
All right.
All right. All right.
All right.
Okay. Jade Palace Restaurant. February 6th. It's a little after 11. You're on duty. The place is almost empty, except for who?
The victims. We know that part already.
Oh, do we? Anyway, so the 4 dead guys are eating, right? And you're standing around waiting for your tip. When all of a sudden, you hear the tinkle of those stupid little chimes. The door opens. You turn around. And what happens? Well, somebody comes in, right? Right?
I suppose.
Well, who the hell was it?
The Mills brothers? Got a laugh yesterday.
All right, man. That's it. I quit.
Come on, hey, Ron.
Kiss off!
Clean that up. Where you going?
Out!
Dressed like that?
Excuse me.
We did. Well?
Well, what?
Somebody called me.
Captain Miller.
What's going on?
Far be it from me. I mean, you know what they say, that he who's without sin, sing the first rock.
Mr. Fitzjames. What a pleasant surprise.
Thank you.
Oh, wow, Lieutenant Scanlon.
Excuse me. Miller? Would you always?
Ben?
What's the problem?
Well, a situation has presented itself that I think would be of interest to Internal Affairs.
Oh, really? What did he do this time?
Is he kidding?
My office, Lieutenant?
Sure. Excuse me.
By all means. You know, I really don't enjoy doing this.
Maybe you're not trying hard enough.
So, what's on your mind, Miller?
Miss Fitzjames.
What about her?
She is filing a formal complaint against you for harassment.
You gotta be putting me on.
Just been bothering her. Calling her up, going to her home to discuss her case.
So?
So you're promoting her socially. The case is none of your business.
Social life is none of your business.
I'm warning you, Scanlon, you're buying yourself a pot full of trouble.
But for asking a lady out to dinner?
And lunch, and breakfast.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
Scanlon, you're taking advantage of your position to invade the lady's privacy.
I never laid a hand on her.
All right, Scanlon.
Now, wait a minute. Now, Miller, come on. I'm gonna level with you, okay? I mean, I come up here, I meet someone, not the usual kind of crud that I meet out there on the street, you know what I'm saying? A woman that deserves some special kind of treatment. So I make a special effort. Yeah, I mean, I take off my hat. Wipe off my shoes. I'm charming. Hey, I'm nice.
You're making her nervous.
Now, wait a minute. It ain't no butterfly we got out there either. Already she's married 2 guys. I mean, a woman knows how to do business.
She doesn't want you.
How does she know?
I'm warning you, Scanlon. You stay away from her, or I personally will take this downtown.
You must really hate my guts, you know that? I mean, you and the rest of your moral majority out there. You don't think I hear it in your voices, see it in your eyes every time I come up here? I mean, the whisperings and the snickerings and the insults. I know I'm not desirable to you as a person. I don't measure up. Well, I do my job, and I'm a human being, and if that ain't good enough for you, well, then you can just all join hands and drag me downtown. I promise you this. That's the last you'll ever see of my charm, my gentleness, my character, and all the rest of that good stuff. No. Next time, boy, you got the real scare, the hard-nosed, the bitter, the backstabber, the devious, the evil son of a pig. But I'll have my self-respect.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
It's, what do you want? DA's office on line 2.
Thank you. Yeah, Miller here. Yeah, okay.
Hi.
Lieutenant?
I just had a long talk with the captain, and I just want you to know that I'm genuinely sorry if I embarrassed or inconvenienced you in any way, and I won't be bothering you again.
I appreciate that, Ben.
Sure.
Captain, I've been talking to the lieutenant here, and there really doesn't seem to be any reason to pursue the matter any further.
Fine.
Thank you very much.
Miss Fitzjames.
Sergeant.
We appreciate you coming down.
Ben?
Wait. Oh, just so you don't get the wrong idea. This morning, I sent you some flowers. Just throw them in the garbage. Forget about it.
I will.
See you around.
Scanlon. Scanlon, I know we've had our differences in the past. I just want you to know that anything that was said in that room will stay in that room.
God, how I despise you.
Vous êtes solvable?
C'est quelques dettes, mais pas plus qu'un autre.
On me bénéficie, voyons.
Et pour ça, il faudrait d'abord que le livre marche. Donc qu'il soit édité.
Ouais.
Par conséquent, qu'il soit écrit.
Hey, Barney.
Ça, pas de problème.
Barney who?
Dietrich, open up.
Oh, that Barney. How you doing? Hi. Good God. We're looking well.
Delaney?
Hello, Captain.
Elle est partie quand j'étais très jeune.
Oh, I thought I heard Barney.
Harris?
Nice of you to drop by. Finally.
You want to stick around for a while? Taxi's on in 5 minutes.
Actually, I came down to see if there's anything I can do to help.
Yeah, you can sit in this rat's nest while I take a walk in the park, or enjoy a decent meal, or listen to my stereo.
I could use a woman.
I would like to go home.
Really?
I've grown weary of my fate being haggled over by strangers. I wish to pack my bag and leave.
Look, man, don't nobody leave this dump before I do.
If I leave, will you kill me?
Me.
But if I help you, there are those who will.
Maybe you should tell us who they are.
Why don't we take it out?
Please try to understand. I'm simply a frightened old man who does not wish to die over matters that do not concern him.
Mr. Ling, nobody's gonna hurt you.
Are you certain?
Look, you've got the protection of the whole New York Police Department, the DA's office, the entire judicial system, right?
Mr. Ling, you're free to go.
What?
Really?
Sorry for inconvenience.
Thank you.
Barney!
I just need a moment to gather my things.
Okay, fine.
Barney, we could have done that.
Okay, so I acted unilaterally. I'm telling you now. Look, my men were in that hotel room for over a week. They gave it their best shot. The man would not talk. And quite frankly, I don't blame him. Well, put yourself in his shoes. Suppose he testifies. Maybe you get a conviction, maybe you don't. Maybe the whole damn gang gets off on some stupid technicality. But the point is, when it's over, Mr. Ling goes back to Chinatown, where we cannot guarantee his life, nor can the DA's office. Well, I'm sorry I ruined the whole thing. I'm afraid you're just going to have to take the sour with the sweet.
Yeah. I'm back.
From where?
The Jade Palace.
Huh?
I picked up Mr. Chow.
Who?
Oh, that's right. The DA's office called while you were out. They told me to go pick this guy up for questioning. He's the chef.
Chow, I'm Captain Miller.
My pleasure.
Mr. Chow.
I saw nothing.
Hey, roomie. Vernon here?
No go ubav den?
Yes.
No go ubav den?
We'll get that down in your statement. Have a seat right there.
Back over there, dear. That's it. Everyone will be much happier.
I think she likes you.
They all do.
Picked her up on Lexington. She walked out of the flower shop with those. According to her bracelet, she's a resident of the psychiatric hospital a couple of blocks from the shop.
Fine. Just keep her facing that way, huh?
No go ubav den?
Ah, so true.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Have it?
Captain in yet?
Afraid not.
I was hoping to be here when I posted this.
Why, what is it?
Oh, it's just the promotion bulletin announcing the candidates for Deputy Inspector Spring 82. Heading the list, of which is the name Miller Bernard J.
Hi. Harris, that's what the physical's about. You gotta have one when you're up for promotion.
Thank you, Wojo.
Morning, gentlemen.
Sir.
Barn?
Something going down?
No, sir. But someone may be going up.
Deputy Inspector list came out. You're on it.
Oh.
They call from downtown. You have an appointment for a physical at noon.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Disturbance in Washington Square.
Good, Harris.
Good going.
Sir, I'll post this along with the lesser announcements.
Fine.
And once again, my heartfelt congratulations on your nomination.
Thank you. Thank you.
If it couldn't be me, I was glad it was you.
Okay, you want to step right in here, please, Mr. Bishop?
I'm a little weak, but I'll try and make it.
Well, that's all we ask.
What we got here?
His name is Philip Bishop. Trespassing and creating a public nuisance. He chained himself to the fence over in Washington Square. And we got him unlocked, and he told him to go home, and... What, you can't talk to this guy?
I wanted to be arrested.
Glad we could be of service, Mr.
When we got there, he was screaming at all the food vendors.
But they were taunting me, tempting me. They're trying to get me to eat something.
You see, Mr. Bishop is on a hunger strike.
Here, show him the list.
Mr. Bishop has drawn up a list of demands which are certainly food for thought.
I want to put a halt to the nuclear buildup in Europe. I want the Camp David Agreement put back on track. I want an emigration visa for Andrei Sakharov. And I want my cleaning deposit back.
Apparently, Mr. Bishop has a bone to pick with the owner of his apartment building.
You're darn right. Look, I have kept that place spotlessly clean. Even Joan Crawford would be happy. And now, all of a sudden, they're telling me that my deposit is non-refundable. Well, look, I happen to be a person of integrity, and I'm telling you, I'm telling you.
Take it easy, take it easy.
I'm sorry. I got a little dizzy. I was hallucinating this morning.
How long has it been since you've eaten?
I have not put a morsel of food in my body since 5:30 yesterday afternoon.
I finished the DeFalco report. Oh, listen, if you want, I'll handle things here while you're taking your physical.
It's okay.
Really, I don't mind. I mean...
It won't be necessary.
I'll sit out there.
Yes.
Excuse me, there's a Dr. Packer here.
Don't you think that we, as psychiatric professionals, are in a better position than you to deal with Miss Smith's mental condition?
No, I don't.
I happen to have a PhD and a master's degree in abnormal psychology. Do you, Sergeant?
Yes, I do.
You got it on you?
Doctor, I'm Captain Miller.
I'm Dr. Michael Packer, Eastside Psychiatric Center.
Problem, Dietrich? No, just a little professional disagreement.
I've been trying to explain to your man here that Miss Smith suffers from an acute form of schizophrenia, and therefore she is totally unresponsible for her actions.
No, I don't buy that.
He doesn't buy that?
Talk to another doctor at the hospital. She's been institutionalized for over 20 years, shuffled from one place to another. Maybe nobody ever really tried to treat her.
Maybe that's because we've determined she's untreatable.
I think she has the ability to communicate. Dietrich.
As I've already explained to Sergeant Dietrich, the gibberish she uses is what we, in psychiatry, refer to as verbigeration. It's the repeating of senseless rhymes and phrases. It's a classic symptom of hebephrenic schizophrenia, and it means absolutely nothing.
I think we should look into it a little further.
Captain.
What is the status of Miss Smith's arrest? The florist is pressing charges. I'm afraid, Doctor, that Miss Smith will have to remain in custody until bail is posted, at which point she will be released immediately. Sergeant Dietrich will give you all the details. You want to have a seat?
Thank you.
Let me take Bishop down for pictures and prints.
Fine.
I'm supposed to be over there for your physical at 12 o'clock?
Yes, I am.
So I guess you just don't want to show up early if you're overeager.
Mr. Bishop is waiting.
Right.
Mail call. Why, sir, it's almost quarter to the hour.
Any of that stuff for me?
You don't skedaddle, you'll be late for your physical.
I'm not going. I'm not going because I've decided to remove my name from consideration for deputy inspector.
Shooting for commissioner? I guess not.
I waited 10 minutes.
And I appreciate it.
Dietrich went out. He said he was going up to Columbia to talk to somebody about Mrs. Malaprop. And I promised him that I'd stall the doctor until he got back.
Okay, fine.
Well, look, if you'd really rather not talk about it...
I'd really rather not talk about it.
Okay.
Look, I just decided I'm not going to let him jerk me around anymore. 3 times I've been passed over for this thing. 75, 78, 80. Well, what's the point of putting myself through it all over again?
Sentimental reasons?
Just as soon forget about the whole thing. Save myself and Liz, everybody else, a lot of pain, a lot of heartache, a lot of disappointment.
Come on, Barn. I know how you feel. I mean, what with losing that lawsuit and my writer's block and all, I almost threw in the towel myself. But I didn't. I kept on writing, even though I knew I might fail. Even though my work might be rejected. And I'm going to keep on trying. And you know why, Barn? Because I really need the money. Hey, look, don't get me started.
Yes, Wojo.
You already talked to Harris about it?
He'll be glad to fill you in on the details.
Okay. He's told me to take Bishop down to the tombs?
Why not?
He's still on his hunger strike.
Oh, he'll need sooner or later. Don't worry about it.
Well, I don't know, Barn. See, he keeps talking about the nuclear buildup over in Europe. You know, he's saying that one of the NATO generals could fire off a missile in the field, start World War III.
So?
So? So I'm afraid that if somebody doesn't do something about his demands, he might just keep right on not eating.
What did you suggest, Wojo? Would you like me to call Washington and make sure they get the SALT talk started again?
You take your mind off things.
Oh, no, please, not over here.
Nogo ubavden.
Oh, yes, well. Would you care for coffee, tea, some Valium?
Svet?
Svet. Why, thank you. Oh. Good idea. Oh, a spare Svet. Why, thank you again. No. They'll think you're playing favorites. Excuse me.
Excuse me, I have Miss Bale ticket.
Oh, do you?
Yes, I'd like to get her into a more therapeutic environment as soon as possible.
Well, I'm afraid Sergeant Dietrich is out.
Well, can't you help me?
Well, Sergeant Dietrich and I sort of have an agreement. I don't let his people go, and he hasn't let my people go.
Captain Miller, I've arranged for Miss Smith's bail.
Fine. Turn it loose, Harris.
Why, thank you, Barney.
I'm not being arrested, am I?
No, don't worry about it. Damn, this is Joseph of Rockian. Picked him up in a deli on 2nd Avenue.
What'd he do?
Nothing. I went over to Columbia. Played this tape I made of Miss Smith for a friend of mine in the linguistics department.
Yeah?
I just had a hunch she might be speaking some language.
And?
He said it sounded like a bunch of gibberish.
That sounds familiar.
However, he sent me over to a professor in Slavic languages. Now, this guy said he wasn't sure, but it sounded like a dialect spoken in Greece and Yugoslavia. So I went over to some Greek coffee shops, markets, started playing a tape around. Mr. Avrakian thinks he recognizes it.
Yeah, he sounds like a Macedonian.
Ah, they speak that in coffee shops now, do they?
I spoke it as a boy in Yugoslavia.
Hey, if you think you can strike up a conversation, you go right ahead. Be my guest.
Take a shot.
You'll pardon me if my Macedonian is a little rusty.
Isn't everyone's?
Bravo. Kako ste? Ja zgovaram makedonski. Dali razbiraš. Ti opustuva.
Oprošťováš?
Li razbiraš ova?
Ja myslím, da to razbiram.
Ubav.
Well, maybe they're both nuts.
Ledezo, volso, izvor.
Bogomila!
Ti si zmiš!
This isn't my fault. I just started very recently at the East Side Psychiatric Center, and I have a very heavy workload, and yesterday somebody bit me.
You're all set, Doc.
Thank you. Miss Smith, we're gonna go home now.
Tikias odish.
Yeah. Odish.
I'm no psychiatrist, Doc, but it appears to me that Mr. Avrakian might be very helpful in Miss Smith's treatment.
Yeah, well, that's a very good idea.
Take care of yourself.
Oh, don't forget your svets.
No go back then?
What is she?
Isn't it a lovely day?
Yeah, it is.
Lovely.
Well, nice bit of detective work, Sergeant Dietrich.
Thank you. So what's all this garbage about you not trying for deputy inspector?
She doesn't want to get shot down again.
She got a good chance this time. We've kept our noses clean. You haven't been in jail for almost a year. You can't just give up on yourself. You gotta think positive. Keep plugging. Go for the gusto.
Wojo already said that.
You kidding?
Gentlemen, I appreciate your concern. But I have really thought this out. And I have come to the realization that I'm perfectly happy remaining a captain.
Well, maybe we're not. Sir, I realize you've been somewhat preoccupied and wallowing in your own predicament, so I guess it's not surprising that you might overlook the fact that you're screwing it up for us, too.
He's right.
Good point. It's just not fair, Barn. And it's been going on like this for 8 years.
Yeah, it's getting boring.
Didn't realize you felt this way.
Well, sure, but... Because you're always sitting in there. On your padded seat. And you forget that you're sitting on top of me and Harris and Dietrich.
You can imagine how I feel.
Well, I'll have to give this some thought.
You can use your office.
I rather enjoyed that.
I don't need food. I have resolve, an inner strength.
Breatharian, huh?
What?
A breatharian is a person who believes that food is merely an unnecessary addictive substance and that the breathing of air is sufficient in itself to sustain life.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't stuff yourself.
Okay, thanks a lot. Hey, Mr. Bishop.
Yeah?
You said that if somebody did something about your demands, that you would eat.
So?
So I did something.
You got the missiles out of Europe?
No, not yet.
Is Sakharov on his way?
No, I got your cleaning deposit back. I called them up and I explained the whole thing to them, and they said that they'd have a check in the mail in the morning.
I really would have preferred the missiles out of Europe.
You got to start somewhere.
All right. You know, maybe I'll have one of those donuts now.
They're all gone.
Harris. Is the second shift manpower request. I'm checking out a little early.
Heading someplace special, are we?
Home.
Oh.
But for everyone's information, I'll probably be a little late in the morning. Got an appointment downtown.
Way to go. Right, so I can start planning.
It's just the first step. I mean,
Sleep well, because tomorrow the Phoenix is going to do some shopping. Chapter 21, Meeting Nervous Nick. The rendezvous point was a derelict garage in a part of Bermondsey that even the rats avoided. The air smelled of damp cardboard and secrets. Dell adjusted his camel hair coat, trying to look like a high-level procurement officer rather than a man who had just spent his last tenner on petrol. Rodney followed, his eyes darting toward every shadow. Dell, I really don't like this. Nervous Nick is called nervous for a reason, usually because he's about to be arrested. He's just high-strung, Rodney, Dell whispered. Genius often is. A man emerged from behind a stack of rusted oil drums. He was twitching so violently that his glasses were barely staying on his nose. This was Nervous Nick. You got the money? Nick stammered, his eyes scanning the empty street. I've got the backing of a major international syndicate, Nick, Dell said, patting his empty chest pocket. But first, we see the gear, the lasers. Nick led them to a crate covered in a greasy tarpaulin. With a flourish that sent his hat flying, he pulled it back. Inside were rows of sleek, silver cylinders with blinking red lights. There they are, Nick whispered. Laser guided, high precision, straight from a high-tech facility in the north. Rodney leaned in, looking at a cylinder. Dell, these look like industrial barcode scanners. Shh, Dell hissed. They're diagnostic tools. Rodney, diagnostic. Nick, how many have you got? 50 units. Take him now for $5,000, and I'll throw in the cables. Dell looked at Rodney, his eyes wide with greed. Rodney, at $5,000, that's only 100 quid a unit. We sell 'em to a private clinic for 500 each, and we've wiped out half the debt in a weekend. Dell, we haven't got $5,000, Rodney cried. We have, if we use our contingency fund, Dell said, avoiding Rodney's gaze. You mean the money Raquel was saving for Damien's school uniform? It's an investment. Rodney, Damien will have a uniform made of gold by the time we're finished. Chapter 22, The Master's Pitch. Boyke sat in his garden, a glass of expensive-looking champagne in one hand and a cigar the size of a small tree in the other. He looked at Dell and Rodney as if they were a particularly unconvincing set of garden gnomes. So, Derek, Boyke drawled, his voice a nasal symphony of condescension. I hear you've been appearing on television. A very moving performance. I especially like the bit where you lost 50,000 pounds because you didn't know your classics. It was a technicality. Boyke, Dell shot back, trying to keep his cool. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about show business. I'm here to offer you a piece of the future. He opened a small briefcase to reveal one of the silver cylinders. Boyke leaned forward, squinting. And what exactly is this? A very expensive pencil case. It's a laser-guided pathological scanner. Boyke, Dell said, his voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper. Straight from the R&D labs in Switzerland. It can detect anything from a common cold to a midlife crisis. Boyke picked it up, weighing it. It looks remarkably like a checkout scanner from a supermarket in Croydon. That's the clever part. Dell beamed. It's built into a familiar casing to prevent patient anxiety. High tech. Low stress. These are going to be in every private hospital in London by Christmas. I've got the exclusive distribution rights. Rodney cleared his throat. Well, technically, Trotter's Independent Traders is the sole procurement agent. Boyke let out a short, sharp laugh that sounded like a seagull choking on a chip. Healthcare. Derek, you can't even diagnose a leak in your own radiator. I'm talking about the margins. Boyke, Dell urged. 30% return in 30 days. Guaranteed. Boyke put the cylinder back. I'll tell you what, Dell, I'll take 10 of them. At 100 quid each. Not a penny more. Dell's face fell. 100? Boyke, I paid more than that myself. Then you're even more of a dipstick than I thought, Boyke said, standing up. Now, if you'll excuse me, Marlene is calling. We're having a very expensive lunch. Chapter 23, The Laser Reveal. Back at the flat, the living room was filled with silver cylinders. Rodney was sitting on the floor, surrounded by instruction manuals that were written entirely in what appeared to be simplified Chinese. Dell, Rodney said, his voice trembling. I've found the translation for the model number. Dell, who was busy trying to buff the made-in-China stickers off the cylinders, didn't look up. And, does it say precision medical tool? No, Rodney said, standing up. It says industrial poultry sexer. Dell froze. A what? A poultry sexer. Dell, it's a laser tool used in high-speed chicken factories to determine if a chick is a boy or a girl. Dell stared at the cylinder in his hand. He pressed the button, and a tiny red laser beam shot out, hitting a picture of Uncle Albert on the wall. But it's laser-guided, Nick said. Nick is a common. Dell, we've spent Damien's uniform money on 50 machines that tell you if a chicken is a rooster. The silence in the flat was absolute. Then, from the hallway, came the sound of Raquel's keys in the door. "Oh, no," Rodney whispered. "Del, if she sees these, she's going to sex us both with a rolling pin." "Quick, under the sofa," Del hissed. They spent the next 10 minutes frantically shoving silver cylinders under the furniture, just as Raquel walked in. "Hello, boys," she said, looking around suspiciously. "Why is everything moved? And why is there a red dot on Uncle Albert's nose?" It's a new security system, sweetheart," Del said, sweating. "Trotter Tech Security. We're testing the perimeter." Raquel sighed. "Del, please tell me you haven't bought more junk." "Junk? Raquel, this is the future. Chicken. I mean, security is the future." Chapter 24, Domestic Turbulence. The fallout from the laser deal was swift and painful. Raquel discovered the cylinders within 48 hours, mostly because the cat had learned how to trigger the lasers, turning the living room into a low-budget disco. 50 poultry sexers. "Derek," Raquel yelled, her voice echoing through the tower block. "We could have bought Damien a new wardrobe. We could have paid the rent for 3 months." "It's an emerging market, Raquel," Del pleaded, cowering behind the armchair. "The organic chicken industry is booming. Everyone wants to know the gender of their poultry." Rodney was no help either. He had taken to wearing his Spartacus tunic around the flat as a form of silent protest. "If anyone needs me," Rodney said, walking through the kitchen with a wooden spoon, "I'll be in the Coliseum or the local job center." "Oh, shut up, you tart," Del snapped. "I'm working on a pivot, a business pivot." He retreated to the balcony, the one place he could think. He looked out over Peckham and saw Boyke's Mercedes driving past far below. He knew Boyke was laughing at him. He knew everyone was. But as he looked at the silver cylinder in his hand, an idea began to form. It was a crazy idea, a stupid idea, a trotter idea. "Rodney," Del shouted, bursting back into the room. "I've got it. We don't sell M to farmers. We sell M to the entertainment industry." "The what?" "Laser tag, Rodney. We market M as pro-level laser tag kits for high-end corporate away days. We tell M it's a tactical training tool used by the SAS." Rodney looked at the poultry sexer. He looked at Del. For a second, a spark of the old madness returned to his eyes. Tactical training for corporate away days? Exactly. Trotter Tactical. It's a new branch of the company. Chapter 25. The Phoenix Prepares to Fly. It was Friday night at the Nag's Head. Del stood at the bar, a silver cylinder tucked into his waistband like a futuristic weapon. "All right, Trig," Del said, nodding at his friend. "All right, Del, what's that on your hip? A fancy new torch." "It's a tactical marking device, Trig," Del said, winking. "Standard issue for the elite squads. I'm organizing a tournament next weekend. 20 quid in entry. Winner gets a bottle of my finest champagne. Sounds dangerous, Trigger said, looking impressed. Can I be the referee? You're hired. Dell beamed. He looked across the bar and saw Rodney talking to a group of young city types who had wandered in from the more gentrified parts of town. Rodney was gesturing wildly with an electronic personal organizer and a silver cylinder. And the beauty of the Trotter tactical system, Rodney was saying, his voice filled with newfound confidence, is the haptic feedback. It's so precise it's practically clinical. Dell watched his brother and felt a surge of pride. They were back in the game. They weren't millionaires, yet they weren't even thousandaires, but the wheels were turning. The yellow van was still outside, the debt was still there, and they were still the Trotters. I'll fetch the suitcase from the van, Dell whispered to himself, a small, knowing smile on his face. Because in Peckham, the seasons might change and the tides might turn, but a Trotter always has one more card to play. Mange tout, Rodney, Dell muttered, raising his glass of cognac. Mange tout. Chapter 26, The Peckham Open. The communal hallway of Nelson Mandela House had been transformed into what Dell called an urban combat theater. In reality, it was a collection of empty cardboard boxes, discarded washing machines, and several miles of yellow tactical tape that Dell had acquired from a confused road worker. Right then, listen up, Dell shouted, standing on a crate of bottled water. He was wearing a headband made from an old tie and a camouflage vest that was clearly 3 sizes too small. Welcome to the inaugural Peckham Open. This is where the men are separated from the boys, and the boys are marked for life by high-intensity poultry sexing technology. The participants were a diverse group. There was Trigger, wearing a high-visibility jacket for no apparent reason, Denzel, who looked like he'd rather be anywhere else, Mickey Pierce, who had actually brought his own camouflage face paint, and 3 bewildered accountancy students that Rodney had lured in from the local library. The rules are simple, Rodney added, trying to maintain an air of professional authority despite the Spartacus tunic he was still stubbornly wearing. If you get hit by a laser, you're out. The scanner will emit a high-pitched beep to signify a confirmed mark. Actually, one of the students noted, the device is emitting a chirping sound and the screen says pull it. That's a tactical code. Dell interjected quickly. Pull it means point under lethal laser engagement target. Now, let the games begin. He blew a whistle, and the hallway erupted into chaos. Trigger immediately took cover behind a recycling bin and accidentally scanned himself, resulting in a series of frantic beeps that informed the entire floor he was a great cockerel. Chapter 27, Friendly Fire. The battle raged for 30 minutes. Mickey Pierce was surprisingly agile, diving over boxes and tagging anyone who moved. However, the machine's original programming began to interfere with the combat simulation. Denzel yelled, pinned down behind a sofa. My gun keeps saying I'm underweight. It won't fire. Shake it, Denzel. It's the haptic feedback calibrating. Dell yelled back while trying to flank the accounting students. The chaos reached its peak when the hallway door opened and an elderly neighbor, Mrs. Jittings, walked in carrying a bag of shopping. "Excuse me, Derek," she said, looking at the camouflage-clad men rolling around on the floor. "The lift is broken again." "Not now, Mrs. Jittings," Dell hissed, peeking out from behind a washing machine. "Can't you see we're in the middle of a high-stakes tactical exercise?" Suddenly, a red laser dot appeared on Mrs. Jittings' forehead. Mickey Pierce had made his move. The device let out a triumphant chirp. "Target identified," Mickey shouted. "Confirmed mark." Mrs. Jittings looked at the screen of Mickey's device. It says ready for slaughter. "What does that mean, Derek?" "It's a metaphor, Mrs. Jittings," Rodney cried, running over to apologize. "It just means you've won the round. Congratulations." He frantically gestured for everyone to stop. The first Peckham Open had officially descended into a neighborhood relations disaster. Chapter 28, The Boyke Intervention. "I must say, Derek," a familiar, mocking voice drawled from the entrance, "the Sass really have let their standards slip." Boyke was standing at the edge of the theater, leaning against the doorframe and looking profoundly unimpressed. Beside him, Marlene was stifling a laugh. Boyke," Dell said, standing up and trying to look dignified while covered in dust and tactical tape. "Good to see you. We're just finishing up a demonstration of the Trotter tactical system. High-level stuff. We've got interest from several private security firms." Boyke walked over to a discarded poultry sexer and picked it up. "And how exactly is this supposed to secure anything other than a local supply of eggs?" "It's the psychological impact, Boyke," Dell insisted. "The red dot, the chirping. It strikes fear into the hearts of the enemy. It strikes fear into the hearts of anyone with a basic understanding of electronics." Boyke laughed. "I'll tell you what, Dell, I've got a lot of scrap metal at the yard. If you want to dump these there, I'll give you a $5 for the lot." "A $5? Boyke, I've got 30 entries at 20 quid each. That's 600 pounds in one afternoon." "Minus the cost of the tape," Rodney whispered, "and the repairs to Mrs. Jittings' dignity." "Ignore him," Dell snapped. "The Phoenix is rising, Boyke, whether you like it or not." Chapter 29, The Accounting. That night, the flat was quiet. The cardboard boxes had been cleared, and the poultry sexers were back under the sofa. Rodney sat at the table with the gold Rush 1-pound coin, spinning it slowly. 600 pounds, Dell, Rodney said. "It's a start, but we still owe over 48,000. Dell sat across from him, sipping a glass of cheap brandy. He looked tired but the spark in his eyes hadn't faded. Rome wasn't built in a day, Rodney, and the Trotter Empire won't be rebuilt in a weekend. But we're moving. We're trading. I was thinking about what you said on the balcony. Rodney said, about Mom. Do you really think she'd be proud of us? Rolling around in a hallway with chicken grating machines? Dell looked at the picture of their mother on the mantelpiece. She'd be proud that we never gave up Rodney. She knew what it was like to struggle. She knew that sometimes you have to be a bit creative to survive. He reached out and stopped the coin. It was heads. See, Dell smiled. The gods of commerce are smiling on us again. This time next year. Millionaires, Rodney finished for him. This time, he didn't say it with a sigh. He said it with a small, cautious hope. Chapter 30, Final Reflection. The yellow van sat in its usual spot outside Nelson Mandela House, a defiant splash of color against the gray concrete. It had survived the crash of the 90s, the loss of millions, and the indignity of being used to transport 50 poultry sexers. Inside the flat, Raquel was putting Damien to bed. Cassandra was finally laughing about the policewoman incident, and Dell was already planning a trip to a car boot sale in Margate. Life in Peckham wasn't easy. The bills were high, the lift was always broken, and the dreams were often larger than the reality. But as the sun set over the tower blocks, Derek Trotter stood on his balcony one more time. He felt the weight of the rings on his fingers and the history of his family in his heart. He knew the world would keep turning, the seasons would keep changing, and the tides would keep coming in. Kushti, he whispered to the night. He turned back and sighed, ready for whatever tomorrow would bring. Because a trotter is never truly defeated. They are just preparing for the next big deal. And somewhere in the mystery of where it all comes from, the suitcase was already waiting in the van. Part 2, The Berman Ziebling. Chapter 31, The Arrears and the Anguish. The following Monday dawned with a sky the color of a wet sidewalk. Del Boy sat at the breakfast table, staring into the middle distance, while a solitary piece of toast grew cold and stiff. The bankruptcy was no longer a fresh shock. It had become a dull, aching tooth. Rodney, Del said, his voice barely a rasp. Have you seen the latest from the water board? They're threatening to cut us off. They say our usage is excessive for a bankrupt household. Rodney walked in, fastening his tie. He was wearing his managing director suit, the one that fit a little too snugly in the shoulders and smelled faintly of mothballs. Del, the usage is excessive because you keep leaving the hot tap running to steam your silk shirts. We're supposed to be living within our means. Steam is essential for a professional appearance. Rodney. Del snapped. How am I supposed to secure international contracts if I look like I've just been pulled through a hedge backwards? Raquel entered the kitchen, holding a letter. Her expression was the one Del usually associated with an impending thunderstorm. Del, the bank. They've sent back your check for the nursery fees. It's marked refer to drawer. That's a technical error, Raquel. Dell said quickly, standing up. I spoke to the manager only yesterday. He's a big fan of the show. He was probably just confused by the influx of capital. What capital? Dell, Raquel asked, crossing her arms. The 40 pounds you made selling vintage umbrellas to the local primary school. It was 60 pounds. Dell corrected. And it's a start. Now, don't you worry. I've got a meeting today. A big one. Something with a real sparkle. Chapter 32. A call from the past. The meeting was at the Nag's Head, which was currently serving as Del Boy's auxiliary office. He was sitting in the corner, nursing a half pint of Sid's cheapest lager, when the payphone in the corner rang. Sid looked over and nodded toward Del. It's for you, Derek. Sounds like Gentleman George. Del's heart skipped. Gentleman George was a man whose nickname was almost entirely ironic. He had been a semi-professional jeweler in the 70s, specializing in items that had a tendency to change ownership without the benefit of a receipt. George, Del said, grabbing the receiver. How's the world of precious stones treating you? Del boy. George's voice was like gravel in a blender. I've heard you're looking for a way back to the top. I've got something. A retirement stash. Unregistered, unpolished, and currently sitting in a vault in Soho. Diamonds, Del whispered, his eyes widening. Better. Industrial diamonds. The kind they use in high-precision cutting tools. But these are special. They're high clarity, almost gemstone quality. The owner is a man who needs to liquidate his assets quickly before he moves to, let's say, a more tropical climate. And the price? 10 grand. For a lot worth at least 50. But I need an answer by tomorrow. And I need a broker with a cleanish record. Del looked at Rodney, who was currently trying to fix the jukebox by kicking it. I've got just the man. George, my managing director. He's got a GCEs and a brain like a diamond itself. We'll be in Soho by 3. Chapter 33, The Soho Connection. The Reliant Regal didn't so much drive to Soho as it groaned its way there, leaving a trail of blue smoke and disgruntled taxi drivers in its wake. Del, if this is another Nervous Nick situation, I'm resigning, Rodney said, gripping the dashboard. Diamonds. In Soho. This has Interpol written all over it. Rodney, you have to think like a mobile. Del yelled over the roar of the engine. This is how the big boys play. We buy the raw material, we find a cutter, and we sell the finished product to the elite. It's the circle of life. It's the circle of the exercise yard at Wormwood Scrubs. They arrived at a nondescript office above a shop that sold adult magazines and very specific types of leatherware. The sign on the door said H. Diamond, Gemological Consultant. Inside, the room was dimly lit and smelled of stale cigar smoke. A man with a face like a crumpled map and a suit that cost more than those Van, sat behind a massive mahogany desk. This was Diamond Harry. So, Harry said, his voice a smooth tenor, "You're the Trotters. I've heard you're creative. I like creativity. It's what built this city." He reached into his desk and pulled out a small, black velvet bag. With a practiced motion, he tipped the contents onto a white cloth. The stones were small, dull, and looked remarkably like pebbles from a driveway in Lewisham. "There they are," Harry said. "Raw, unrefined potential. 50 units of the finest industrial-grade diamonds available in the Southeast." Chapter 34. Diamonds are a broker's best friend. Rodney leaned in, squinting at the stones. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a jeweler's loop that Dell had bought from a car boot sale in 1989. "Dell," Rodney whispered, "I'm not sure. They don't sparkle." "Of course they don't sparkle, you tart," Dell hissed. "They're raw. You have to cut them to get the fire. Harry, my managing director here is a specialist. He's checking the clarity." Harry watched Rodney with an amused expression. "Go ahead, son. Check the refraction. Check the density." Rodney held a stone up to the light. His two GCEs, one of which was in art, were being pushed to their absolute limit. He remembered a documentary he'd seen on the Discovery Channel about diamond mining. The crystalline structure seems consistent, Rodney said, trying to sound like a man who spent his weekends in the vaults of De Beers. "But what about the provenance? Can we see the certification?" Harry let out a short, sharp laugh. "Certification? Son, if these stones had certificates, they wouldn't be 10 grand. They'd be 50. You're buying the opportunity, not the paperwork." Dell stepped forward, his rings gleaming. "We understand the risks, Harry. We're traders. We live on the edge. Give us 24 hours to assemble the capital." "You have until midday tomorrow," Harry said, sweeping the stones back into the bag. "After that, they go to a buyer from Antwerp, and he doesn't ask questions about GCEs. Chapter 35. The Valuation. Back in the van, the atmosphere was electric with a mixture of greed and terror. 10 grand, Dell, Rodney cried. "Where are we going to get 10 grand? We haven't even got 10 pounds for the congestion charge. We've got the tactical money from the tournament," Dell said, his mind racing. "And I can sell the rest of the poultry sexers to a contact in the Highlands. He says they're great for grading salmon. That's only a few grand. We're still 7 short. I'll talk to Boyke," Dell said, his jaw setting. "Boyke, he'll want a pound of your flesh for every tenner. He'll want a piece of the action. Rodney, he's always wanted to get into the diamond trade. He's got the vault. He's got the contacts. We bring him in as a silent partner." "Boyke, silent?" Rodney laughed. "He'll be telling everyone from here to Marbella that he's the Diamond King of Peckham before the sun goes down." "Let him talk," Dell shouted, swerving the van around the bus, as long as he provides the readies. We're the brokers, Rodney. We're the brains. This is it. This is the big one, the Bermondsey-bling. As they rattled back toward Nelson Mandela House, Del Boy looked up at the gray London sky and saw only a glittering field of diamonds. He could almost feel the weight of the £1,000,000 check in his hand. "Nange tout, Rodney," he whispered. "Nange tout." The end part to coming soon. The Trotter Legacy. A novelization of the fall and rise of Peckham's finest. Prologue, the changing of the seasons. The yellow Reliant Regal Supervan 3 rattled through the streets of Peckham like a tin can tied to a dog's tail. Behind the wheel, Derek Del Boy Trotter hummed a tune that was as much a part of the London fog as the smell of diesel and damp cardboard. The van groaned at every corner, its fiberglass body vibrating with the effort of staying together, much like those various business schemes. "I'll fetch the suitcase from the van," he muttered to himself, the lyrics of his life playing out in his mind. "'Cause if you are the bestest, but you don't ask questions, then, brother, I'm your man." It was a philosophy that had served him well mostly. It was the philosophy of the survivor, the man who knew that where the hooky gear came from didn't matter as much as where it was going. To Del, life was an endless cycle, much like the changing of the seasons or the tides of the sea. One moment you were eating caviar in a penthouse, and the next you were back in the Nag's Head wondering if you could put a pint on the slate. But lately, the seasons had been particularly cruel. He glanced at his younger brother, Rodney, who sat in the passenger seat looking like a man who had just been told his library card had been revoked. Rodney was nervous. Rodney was always nervous, but today he looked positively translucent, his long, lanky frame folded awkwardly into the cramped cabin. "What's up with you, Rodney?" Del asked, his voice a gravelly mixture of mock concern and genuine irritation. "I'm a bit nervous, that's all," Rodney replied, adjusting his tie for the 10th time. "I mean, this bloke we're going to see, this Justin, he's not going to be asking me anything about my private life, that sort of thing, is he?" Del scoffed, shifting the van into a gear that sounded like a bag of bolts being shaken. "Of course he ain't. We're not that private. Rotters, he's a businessman, an interviewer. He wants the raison d'etre, not the under the duvet. He's not going to want to know about, you know, me and Cassandra's little problems." Those eyes twinkled with a mischievous, albeit dangerous, light. "No, no, good, 'cause otherwise I would. What problems? Me and Cassandra haven't got any problems." Rodney stared ahead. "That's not what you said to me the other night." "All right. So there's been 1 or 2 minor hiccups in the bedroom department," Rodney conceded, his voice dropping an octave as if the gear stick might be listening. "But they're personal, Del, and I told you that in confidence." All right, Keep your hair on, Dell said, waving a gold-ringed hand dismissively. I'm not going to be telling him about jiffins and things. And I won't tell him what Cassandra wears, either. As they pulled up to the sleek, glass-fronted office building that served as their destination, the ghosts of their past seemed to linger in the exhaust fumes. They were no longer the millionaires of a few years back. The Trotter Tower's dream had been replaced by the familiar concrete of Nelson Mandela House. But Del Boy didn't do defeat. He did intermission. Chapter 1, The Insight. Justin was the kind of man who wore a suit that cost more than those first 3 cars combined. He sat behind a mahogany desk that was polished to such a high sheen that Del could see his own reflection, and he liked what he saw. To Justin, this was an interview. To Del, it was a pitch. Sorry to keep you waiting, Justin said, his voice smooth and professional. It's been a particularly busy morning. Now, I've got all the basic details about your business career, etc. But what I'd like to do is to get an insight into the real you. Del leaned back, his camel hair coat draped over the chair like the skin of a conquered beast. He crossed his legs, revealing a flash of white sock that screamed Peckham Executive. He adjusted his gold D pendant, making sure the light caught it just right. How you started, how you became so successful, Justin continued, leaning forward, but more importantly, your lives and your raison d'etre. Rodney winced at the French. Del, however, bloomed. Oh, no. Laboratory Garney, Del whispered, his version of liberté, eagle-eyed, fraternate mangled beyond recognition, but delivered with the confidence of a king. So, in your own words and in your own time. Del took a deep breath, the smell of his own cigar smoke clinging to his coat providing a familiar comfort. Well, where shall I start? Justin. Well, up to a few years ago, we were just very ordinary people living. Well, very ordinary lives. Weren't we, Rodney? Weren't we? Rodney gave a stiff, mechanical nod. And then Dole's eyes went misty. As you know, one day I discovered an historic and almost priceless artifact. A watch. Not just any watch. Mind you, a Harrison, the holy grail of horology. He paused for dramatic effect. Justin nodded, encouraging him. Del spun a yarn that combined elements of Indiana Jones with a South London car boot sale. Anyway, at first, we didn't know what to do with it. Del lied smoothly. In reality, they had nearly tripped over themselves trying to figure out how many zeros were on the end of the valuation. To begin with, we thought about donating it to the British Museum as a national treasure. Rodney cleared his throat. Yeah, and then we decided to flog it. Del shot him a look. So, before you know, Rodders and me have come in on an eye on 6.5 million quid. 6.5 million, Justin. In the hand. Not a penny of it hooky. The room seemed to grow quiet as the memory of that wealth washed over them. It had been a time of helicopters and villas, of champagne that didn't taste like fermented apples, and of a world that finally seemed to recognize the genius of Trotter's independent traders. Well, after we divvied the dosh up, right, Dell continued, his voice softening. We made sure that our Uncle Albert got a nice little drink. But we thought of others first. We donated to charity. Enormously, of course. Enormously, Rodney echoed, though his mind was likely calculating the exact cost of the donations versus the cost of the cigars Dell had smoked during that period. So, eventually, we had to start thinking about our future, Dell said, the tone shifting to something more somber. So, we sought out this city stockbroker Real Diamond according to the brochures, and he advised us to invest in a new and vibrant venture. A Central American market, Rodney added, the words tasting like ash in his mouth. It was attracting massive funds from all over the world. We were told it was a sure thing. Dell nodded vigorously. We were making more money than the Royal Mint, but we weren't flat. Oh, no, 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 we weren't flat. I mean, even when we went away on business, we always took the family with us. There would be me and Raquel, my significant other, and, of course, Rodney and Cassandra, and not forgetting my young son, Damien. Chapter 2: The High Life and the Deep Fall. The memory shifted to the sun-drenched shores of their brief paradise. Dell could almost feel the heat on his back and the cold condensation of a pina colada in his hand. He remembered walking into a high-end restaurant, greeted like royalty. "Oh, Mr. Potter, it's good to see you again," the Mactor D had said. "Bon appetit, Dominic." "Bon appetit," Dell had replied, waving a hand as if he owned the very air. It was a world of viva la vida loca, of black cats and voodoo dolls, mostly in the form of the superstitions that follow the suddenly wealthy. But beneath the surface, the premonitions were starting to stir. He remembered the chaos of family life and luxury. Cassandra, always the voice of reason, complaining about Damien's latest antics. "Ralph, you've got to have a word with Damien. People are complaining," she had said, her face flushed with embarrassment. "Oh, no. What's he done now?" Dell had asked, secretly proud of his son's spirit. "He's just weed in the swimming pool." Dell had laughed it off then. All little boys do enjoy a splash in the swimming pool, don't they? "Yes, Dell," Cassandra had replied through gritted teeth, but not from the top of the 4-meter diving board. He was a little git, as Rodney often said, but he was a trotter, and for a while it felt like the Trotter name was written in the stars. They talked about Uncle Albert, who was enjoying his retirement on the coast, living in sin with Elsie Partridge. Old Uncle Albert, he'd love it here, Rodney had mused during a quiet evening by the ocean, right next door to the sea, just like the war. Yeah, Dell had agreed. At least we haven't got to sit through the Battle of the Baltic every night. During the war. But then the tide turned, not with a roar, but with the quiet tap of a keyboard. The stock market crash was like a wave that swept away their sand castles. It turned out that negotiations between the Central American countries had collapsed. Dell explained to Justin, the pain evident in his eyes. Yeah, it was wiped out. Every penny. Nick the lot. The transition from Mr. Potter to that bloke who owes us for the minibar had been instantaneous. They had paid for the hotel on a credit card, a card that was withdrawn before the ink on the receipt was dry. But Derek is, if nothing else, a very creative businessman. Rodney told the interviewer, a hint of genuine respect breaking through his usual cynicism. He came up with a solution to our dilemma. Up there, Dell had shouted, pointing to a flight path that would lead them back to the reality of Peckham. The news hit the UK faster than a rumor in the Nag's Head. Suddenly, their business associates weren't returning calls. The penthouse was gone. The peacocks were gone. They were cast into a financial wilderness, returning to the only place that would have them, Nelson Mandela House. Chapter 3, The Trial of Friends. The return to Peckham wasn't just about losing money, it was about the fallout. Their friend Mike Fisher, the landlord of the Nag's Head, had invested his life savings into the Trotters' venture. He had remortgaged the pub, betting everything on Del Boy's sure thing. Now, Mike was in prison, awaiting trial for embezzlement, a desperate attempt to recoup the losses. Never was a man more innocent, Dell insisted to the interviewer, his voice cracking. The scene shifted Indel's mind to the courthouse corridor. The air was thick with the scent of cheap floor wax and anxiety. Denzel was pacing, his footsteps echoing like a ticking clock. For God's sake, Denzel, sit down. Albert had said, the memory of his voice sharp and clear. You're wearing the marble out. I can't, Albert, can I? Denzel had replied, I've never been a character witness before. I'm worried. I think Dill's made a terrible mistake, having us for as witnesses. It's like inviting the Manson family to dinner. Trigger, ever the enigma, had looked up from a crumpled newspaper. I'm going to tell them I hear voices. No, Trig, Rodney had sighed. You're not on trial. You're a character witness. I know, Trigger had said simply, but I hear voices. It had been a disaster. The Trotters lost their homes. Dill's estate with the peacocks became a dream that was auctioned off to pay the interest on the interest. Every day there was more rows, more bad news. Dell told Justin, we thought things couldn't possibly get worse. Oh, boy, how wrong we were. Chapter 4, The Empty Chair. The blow that hurt the most wasn't financial. It was the call from Elsie Partridge's son, Uncle Albert, the man who had survived torpedoes, shipwrecks, Endel's cooking, had finally reached his final port. The funeral was a blur of black coats and the biting cold of a London winter, Del felt a profound sense of guilt. They had been off globe-trotting while Albert had been in a rest home, his wartime stories falling on the ears of strangers. "I feel bad, you know," Del whispered to Rodney as they stood by the hearse, "leaving him here on his own while we was all off in Barbados." He wasn't on his own. Del, Rodney tried to comfort him. He had Elsie's family. But the funeral itself turned into a classic trotter farce. They stood among the mourners, listening to tales of a man named Bunny who was a hero in the RAF. "Why did you call him Bunny?" Del asked a grieving relative. "Well, that's what they called him in the RAF, didn't they? Because his surname was Warren." Del froze. He looked at the coffin. He looked at the headstone. He looked at the mourning family who were definitely not the Warrens he knew. "Ooh," Del whispered, his face turning the color of his beige coat. "We're at the wrong funeral." They had spent an hour mourning a complete stranger. It was the kind of moment that would have made Albert roar with laughter, or perhaps start a story about the time he buried a Commodore in the wrong hemisphere during the war. Chapter 5. The Gold Rush. Back in the present, the weight of the inland revenue hung over them like a guillotine. 48,750 for pounds. That was the magic number, plus interest. It was a figure that seemed designed to keep them in the concrete canyons of Peckham forever. "So, what are we going to do, then, Dad?" Damien asked, his young face mirroring his father's stubbornness. "I suppose you could always look for a job," Raquel suggested gently. "Trigger said they're recruiting down at his depot. Road sweeping." The thought of Rodney the man with to G.C. East bushing a broom was too much for Del. "I'm a trader, ain't I?" Del declared, his eyes catching the light of the flickering television. "I've been trading all my life. I could sell rice to the Chinese." He had a plan. He was going to become the manager of a new firm. Since he was disqualified from running a company, he would make Rodney the managing director. Rodney Trotter, Del beamed, the new face of Trotter's independent traders. "You'll be in charge of sales, purchasing, and finance. I'll just be the consultant." But the debt remained. And then the flickering screen provided an answer. Gold Rush, the fastest game show on TV, hosted by Jonathan Ross. "I'm going to apply," Del said. Rodney laughed. "Del, last night one of the questions was who introduced the potato to England, and you said King Edward." "I didn't hear the question properly," Del snapped. But he did it. He got on. The night of the show was a fever dream. The lights were too bright, and Jonathan Ross's suit was even more expensive than Justin's. Del stood there, representing fine wines, the theater, and 16th century Italian Renaissance art. He sailed through the first round by pure luck. Kilimanjaro. Yes, because Fuji made cameras. He was moving up the Rainbow Road. Then came the moment, the 50,000 pounds question. the penalty question that could save him or sink him. Which classical guitarist wrote the opera The Child and the Enchantment? Was it Ravel, Segovia, or Rodrigo? Dole's mind went blank. He used his SOS. He called Rodney. Back in the flat, Rodney and Cassandra were dressed as a policewoman and a gladiator and attempted fantasy therapy that had gone horribly awry when Dell unexpectedly stayed home. When the phone rang and Jonathan Ross's voice came through, Rodney thought it was Mickey Pierce winding him up. "Oh, piss off, Mickey, you're getting on my tits now," Rodney shouted. But it was real. "Rodney, help me." Dole's voice pleaded through the speaker the guitar question: Ravel, Segovia, or Rodrigo. Rodney, with the confidence of a man who had once heard a record in a library, answered, "Ravel, 100% Dell." "Ravel," Dell shouted to the nation. "Derek," Jonathan Ross said, a look of genuine pity on his face. That was the wrong answer. It was Segovia. Dole's heart didn't just break, it imploded. He had lost. He had lost the money, the flat, and his dignity on national television. Chapter 6, The Phone Call of Destiny. Back at the flat, the mood was funeral quiet. Dell was missing, having disappeared into the night. When he finally returned, he looked older, tired. The vibrant, larger-than-life character seemed to have been hollowed out. "I could have sworn it was Ravel," Rodney muttered, looking at his feet. "Everyone knows Ravel makes shoes." Dell exploded, though there was no real heat in it. It was a trick question, and you fell for it. They sat in the dim light of the living room, the reality of bankruptcy settling in. They were back at the bottom, but they were together. Then the phone rang. "Hello," Rodney answered. "Yes, can I ask who's calling?" He handed the phone to Dell. "It's the producer of Gold Rush." Dell took the phone, his face hardening. "I bet it's about that podium. I bet someone's damaged it. Probably Jonathan Ross tripped over his own ego." "Hello. Yes, this is Derek Trotter." Dell listened. His eyes widened. His jaw dropped. His hand began to shake. And for a moment, Rodney thought he was having another heart turn. "What? No, no." He looked at the family, his face transforming from despair to a manic, golden joy. "He said there's been a mistake," Dell whispered. "It was Ravel. The researcher got it wrong. I've won the 50,000 pounds. The room erupted. Cheers, hugs, the sound of champagne, or at least the promise of it, filled the air. "I knew I was right," Dell shouted, his voice regaining its Peckham swagger. "Give the money to charity. Pull the other one. It's got bells on. We're the Trotters, and we're back." Chapter 7, The Nag's Head Jubilation. The news of Del Boy's windfall spread through Peckham faster than a cheap suit in a rainstorm. By the time the Trotters arrived at the Nag's Head, the pub was already buzzing. Sid, the stand-in landlord while Mike was away, had already lined up a row of glasses. Trigger was there, looking at a pint as if it contained the secrets of the universe. Boyke and Marlene were in their usual corner, Boyke looking particularly smug as he adjusted his silk tie. "I hear you've come into a bit of official money, Dell," Boyke drawled, his laugh sounding like a machine gun in a library. 50 grand. Hardly enough for a decent cigar, but for you, it must feel like the crown jewels. Jealousy is a terrible thing, Boyke, Dell shot back, slamming a stack of notes onto the bar. "A round for everyone, Sid, and make it the good stuff. None of that house vinegar." "Nice one, Dell boy," Trigger said, nodding slowly. "I knew you'd win. I had a feeling in my water." "You always have a feeling in your water, Trig," Rodney sighed, leaning against the bar. "Usually it's just the plumbing." As the night wore on, the alcohol flowed and the stories grew taller. Denzel talked about the trial, Denzel still shaking his head at the memory of Trigger's testimony. But beneath the laughter, there was a sense of relief. The Trotters weren't just back in the money, they were back in their element. "I'm telling you, Rotters," Dell whispered, his arm around his brother's shoulder. "This is just the start. 50 grand. That's seed money. We're going to turn this into 500. Millionaires by Christmas. I promise you." Rodney looked at his brother, seeing the old spark back in his eyes. He knew it was unlikely. He knew they'd probably lose it all on a shipment of one-legged trousers or glow-in-the-dark Bibles. But for tonight, he didn't care. "Yeah, Dell," Rodney smiled. "Millionaires by Christmas." Chapter 8. The Morning After. The sun rose over Nelson Mandela House, casting a long shadow across the parking lot where the yellow van sat, a silent witness to their roller coaster life. Inside the flat, the air was heavy with the scent of stale celebration and burnt toast. Dell sat at the small kitchen table, a mountain of paperwork spread out before him. The Inland Revenue, the Customs and Excise, the various business associates who had suddenly rediscovered his phone number. "What are you doing, Dell?" Raquel asked, coming in and placing a hand on his shoulder. "Just planning, sweetheart," Dell said, his voice quiet. "This 50 grand. It's a lifeline. But we have to be smart. No more sure things. No more Central American markets." "You mean it?" Raquel asked, her voice full of hope. Dell looked up at her, and for a second, the mask of the salesman slipped. "I have to mean it, Raquel. For you. For Damien. For the memory of the old man." He looked at the empty chair where Uncle Albert used to sit, telling tales of the war and the sea. He could almost hear the old man's voice, warning him about the sharks in the city. "We're going back to basics," Dell declared, his voice regaining its strength. "Trotters independent traders, buying and selling, finding the gaps, being the bestest." Rodney walked in, looking like he'd been dragged through a hedge backward. "Are we still millionaires, Dell?" "In spirit, Rotters," Dell grinned, tossing him a set of keys. Now, get the van started. I've heard a rumor about a shipment of slightly used digital watches in Sidcup. We've got work to do. As the Reliant Regal roared, or rather, coughed to life in the parking lot below, Del Boy stood on the balcony, looking out over his kingdom. The seasons had changed, the tides had turned, and the trotters were still standing. Cushty, he whispered to the London wind. Chapter 9, The Sidcup Hustle. The drive to Sidcup was an ordeal that only the brave, or the desperate, would undertake in a three-wheeled van with a heater that emitted nothing but the faint scent of burning damp. Rodney hunched in the passenger seat, his knees pressed against the dashboard. "I don't like this, Del," Rodney complained, pulling his scarf tighter. "Sidcup, it's practically in the countryside. And these digital watches, who's the contact?" Del wrestled with the steering wheel as the van hit a pothole. "It's a bloke named Nifty Neville. A diamond, Rodney. He's got a warehouse full of them. Latest tech, water resistant up to 3 millimeters. 3 millimeters? Del, that's a light drizzle." "Exactly. Perfect for the British climate," Del replied, beaming. "And get this there solar powered. No more batteries. You just show them to the sun, and bingo, you know what time it is." They arrived at a desolate industrial estate that looked like a set for a post-apocalyptic film. Nifty Neville was waiting, leaning against a rusted shutter. He handed Del a cardboard box. Del opened it to reveal a sea of plastic watches, each one flashing 12 o'clock with desperate urgency. "Look at that, Rotters. Pure class," Del admired, strapping one onto his wrist. He held his arm out of the van window, waiting for the weak London sun to work its magic. Nothing happened. It's a bit shy. That's all," Del muttered, shaking his arm vigorously. "It needs a bit of oomph. Give it a rub, Rodney." Chapter 10, Solar Power in a London Fog. Market day at Peckham was a symphony of chaos. Del stood on his favorite pitch, the cardboard box of solar watches front and center. "Step right up, ladies and gentlemen." Del's voice boomed over the crowd. "Don't look at the price. Look at the quality. Are you tired of batteries dying? Are you sick of losing time when the lights go out? Well, worry no more. The Trotter Solar Watch is here." A small crowd gathered, drawn in by the sheer audacity of his delivery. "Is it waterproof?" a woman asked, pointing at the plastic casing. "Is it waterproof?" Del laughed, a sound of pure mock indignation. "Darling, this watch was designed for the French Navy. You could dive to the bottom of the Thames, and it would still tell you it's time for a cup of tea." Just then, a dark cloud moved over the market, and a thick, gray fog began to roll in. One by one, the displays on the watches began to fade. The flashing 12 o'clock became a dim memory, then vanished entirely. "Oi, my watch has gone blank," a man shouted, holding up his wrist. Del didn't blink. That sir, is the Echo Sleep feature. It's saving power. It knows you're not looking at it. So it's having a little map, pure genius, in it. Rodney, standing at the back of the pitch, put his head in his hands. Del, the fog is getting thicker. We're selling invisible time. Nonsense, Rodney. It's an atmospheric horological experience, Del whispered back, before turning to the crowd with a wide grin. Who wants another? Buy 2 and I'll throw in a set of glow-in-the-dark shoelaces. Chapter 11, The Echoes of the Empire. Back at the Nag's Head that evening, the Sitcom sting was the talk of the bar. Del sat with a large cognac, a pile of unsold solar watches in a bag at his feet. So, Del, Boyke said, leaning over with a smirk that could curdle milk, I hear you've been selling watches that only work in the Sahara. Very forward-thinking of you. I suppose your next venture will be selling ice cubes to the Eskimos? It's about the future, Boyke, Del retorted, not missing a beat. Renewable energy, green technology. I'm an environmentalist now. I'm Del Green Trotter. Trigger nodded solemnly from his stool. I like the watches. Del, I bought one. It told me it was midnight all afternoon. Very peaceful. Rodney sighed, sipping his pint. We made 20 quid, Del, and half of that was from selling the shoelaces to a blind man. Raquel arrived, sitting down next to Del. She looked at the bag of watches and then at Del's hopeful face. At least you're trying, Del. That's what matters. Exactly, sweetheart, Del said, squeezing her hand. We're back on the streets, the pulse of the city. We're traders, Rodney. We don't need millions to be happy. We just need a good pitch and a bit of luck. Rodney looked around the pub at the familiar faces, the peeling wallpaper, and the warm, noisy atmosphere. He realized that despite everything, he wouldn't trade this for a boardroom in Central America. I suppose you're right, Del, Rodney admitted. But if you bring home a shipment of solar-powered umbrellas, I'm leaving. Chapter 12, Bonjour, Peckham. The night was quiet as Del stood on the balcony of Nelson Mandela House. The lights of London stretched out before him, a tapestry of possibilities and pitfalls. He thought about the Harrison watch, the helicopters, and the crash. It felt like a lifetime ago. He looked at the yellow van in the parking lot below. It looked small and battered, but it was still there. It had survived the million-pound dream and the bankruptcy nightmare. It was a trotter through and through. You okay, Del? Raquel asked, joining him. Yeah, Del breathed, the familiar scent of the city filling his lungs. I was just thinking, we've been through a lot, haven't we? But we're still here, still fighting, still trading. And we've got each other, she reminded him. And 50 grand in the bank, Del added, the old twinkle returning to his eyes. Well, 49,980 after today's expenses. He looked up at the stars, which were finally visible as the fog cleared. You know, Rodders is a good lad, Del mused. He's got his GCEs, his ideas, but he needs me. He needs the old Del Boy touch. He leaned over the railing, shouting into the darkness, "Hear that? London, the Trotters are back, and this time next year. Well, you know the rest." Raquel laughed and pulled him back inside. As the door closed, the faint sound of a distant police siren echoed through the streets, a reminder that in Peckham, the hustle never truly ends. "Bonjour, Peckham," Del whispered as he turned off the light. "Bonjour." Chapter 13, The Executive Suit. The following Monday, Rodney arrived at the flat wearing a suit that was so sharp it could have been used to carve a Sunday roast. It was a charcoal gray number, impeccably tailored, or at least it looked that way until he tried to sit down and the seams let out a high-pitched scream of protest. "You look like a proper businessman, Rodney," Del remarked, stirring a cup of tea with a gold-plated spoon. A bit like a younger, slightly more gaunt version of Richard Branson, minus the island, and the airlines, and the charisma. "I'm taking my role seriously, Del," Rodney insisted, checking his reflection in a toaster. "Cassandra says if I'm the managing director, I should project an image of authority. We're having an executive lunch today." "An executive lunch? Sounds posh," Del said, his interest piqued. "Where are we going? The Ritz, Savoy, Barney's Cafe?" "We're going to that new place, Le Petit Gourmet," Rodney said proudly. "It's very exclusive. You have to book a table 3 weeks in advance." 3 weeks? I could have grown my own potatoes in that time, Del scoffed. "But go on, then. I'll come as your consultant. I've got some consulting to do anyway. I need to see a man about a consignment of, well, let's just say it's an atmospheric opportunity." The lunch was a disaster of epic proportions. The portions were so small that Del spent 10 minutes looking for his steak with a magnifying glass. When the bill arrived, it was more than Rodney's weekly salary. 25 quid for a sprig of parsley and a piece of meat the size of a postage stamp, Del whispered, his face turning a dangerous shade of red. "I've seen more substance in a political manifesto." "It's about the experience, Del," Rodney hissed back. "Experience? The only experience I'm having is the experience of starvation," Del retorted. He leaned over to a nearby table where a wealthy-looking couple were dining. "Excuse me, sir, are you finished with that bread roll? Only my managing director here has a very sensitive appetite." Chapter 14, The Bargain from Brussels. A few days later, Del returned to the flat looking like he'd just won the lottery. He was carrying a small, metallic briefcase that looked remarkably like the ones used by nuclear scientists in 1960 spy films. "Gather round, everyone," Del announced, placing the briefcase on the kitchen table. Rodney, Raquel, Cassandra, if you're finished with your executive bookkeeping, take a look at this. He flipped the latches and opened the case. Inside were dozens of small, silver canisters that looked like miniature fire extinguishers. What are they, Dell? Raquel asked, peering into the box. Hairspray, deodorant, anti-tank missiles. Better. Dell beamed. This, my dear family, is alpine oxygen. Fresh air, straight from the peaks of the Swiss Alps. Compressed, purified, and ready to revitalize the weary lungs of the London workforce. Rodney stared at the canisters. Dell, you've bought a box of air? Not just air, Rodney. Alpine air. It's the latest craze in Brussels. All the top executives are using it to stay sharp. One puff of this and you're ready to take on the world. I've got 2,000 canisters arriving tomorrow. How much did they cost? Cassandra asked, her eyebrows reaching for her hairline. A bargain. $5,000 for the lot. We sell them at 5 quid a puff, a canister, and we're looking at a 10,000 pound profit. Tax-free, naturally. Dell, the air in London is free, Rodney pointed out. Dirty, yes, but free. Free but filthy. Rodney, this is pure. It's trotter fresh. I've already got a marketing slogan. Don't just breathe, peak performance. Chapter 15, The Charity Gala and the Smog. The timing of the Alpine oxygen launch couldn't have been more perfect. A thick, yellow smog had descended upon London, turning the city into something resembling a giant bowl of pea soup. People were coughing, spluttering, and generally desperate for a breath of something that didn't taste like coal dust. This is it, rotters, Dell shouted, loading the van. The market will be screaming for this. We're going to be heroes, like the Red Cross, but with better jewelry. They set up their pitch in the heart of Peckham. Dell was wearing a white lab coat he'd borrowed from a local dentist, and Rodney was standing by with a megaphone. Feeling sluggish, lungs feeling like a chimney sweep's waistcoat, Dell shouted, "Get your trotter fresh alpine oxygen. One puff and you'll think you're skiing in St. Moritz." A crowd gathered instantly. People were clamoring for the canisters, waving 5-pound notes in the air. For 2 hours, it was a frenzy. Dell was sweating, his lab coat stained with fog, but he was grinning like a Cheshire cat. I told you, Rodney, vision, that's what I've got. But then the first complaint arrived. A man who had just bought 5 canisters came back, looking less than revitalized. "Oi, this canister is empty," he shouted. "Empty? Impossible," Dell said, taking the canister. He pressed the nozzle. A faint, wheezing sound emerged, followed by a smell that was definitely not reminiscent of the Swiss Alps. In fact, it smelled remarkably like Brussels sprouts, Rodney whispered, sniffing the air. Brussels sprouts, the man roared. I'm breathing in a Sunday dinner. Chapter 16, The Reality of Fresh Air. It turned out that Nifty Neville's Brussels contact had been slightly less than honest. The canisters weren't filled with Alpine air. They were a surplus batch of industrial-grade gas used in a Belgian vegetable packing plant. The crowd quickly turned from desperate customers to an angry mob. Dell and Rodney barely made it to the van before the first tomato hit the windshield. "Start the engine, Rodney! Start the engine!" Dell screamed. The reliant Regal coughed, spluttered, and then roared to life, screeching away from the market just as a hail of empty canisters rained down around them. Back at the flat, the silence was deafening. Raquel and Cassandra were waiting, their arms crossed. So, Raquel said softly, "How did the peak performance go?" Dell sat down at the table, his lab coat torn and his pride even more so. "Well, we had a bit of a technical glitch. The Belgian atmosphere is a bit more robust than I anticipated. You lost 5,000 pounds, Dell," Cassandra said, her voice like ice. No, not lost. Invested in a lesson," Dell corrected weakly. "And besides, we've still got the canisters. They're very durable. We could use them as door stops." Rodney looked at his brother, and for a moment he felt a surge of anger. But then he saw the exhaustion in those eyes, the way his shoulders slumped. He realized that Dell was just trying to get them back to where they were, to the glory days of the Harrison watch. "It's okay, Dell," Rodney said, sitting down next to him. "We've still got the 44,000 from the game show. We're not broke." Dell looked up, a small smile playing on his lips. "You're right, Rotters. You're right. And I've heard a rumor about a shipment of slightly damaged electric toothbrushes in Gravesend. They're sonic, apparently. Very modern." Raquel sighed and walked over to the kitchen. "I'll make some tea." "And Dell." "Yes, sweetheart. No more air from anywhere." "Promise," Dell said, crossing his heart with a gold ring finger. He winked at Rodney. "But toothbrushes, Rotters. Everyone's got teeth, haven't they? It's a guaranteed winner." As the kettle began to whistle, the Trotters sat together in the heart of Peckham, a family built on dreams, disasters, and an unbreakable bond that no amount of Belgian sprout gas could ever truly tarnish. Chapter 17, The Gravesend Gamble. The trip to Gravesend was conducted in a silence that was only broken by the rhythmic thwack-thwack of a loose wiper blade against the windshield. Dell was focused, his hands gripping the steering wheel as if he were piloting a fighter jet through enemy territory. Rodney, on the other hand, was reading a pamphlet about business ethics and social responsibility, looking like a man about to go to his own execution. "These toothbrushes, Dell," Rodney said, not looking up. "Nifty Neville said they were slightly damaged. What does that mean in nifty terms? Does it mean they don't have bristles, or do they just explode when you plug them in?" "Don't be so cynical, Rodney. It's cosmetic damage," Dell explained, weaving through traffic. A few scratches on the box, maybe a slightly wonky logo, but inside, pure sonic technology, 20,000 vibrations per second. It's like having a miniature jackhammer in your mouth, but, you know, gentle. They reached a warehouse that looked even more derelict than the one in Sitcom. A man named Shifty Arthur, a close associate of Nifty Neville, was waiting. He gestured toward a mountain of crates. There they are, Dell, the Ultrasonic 3000, experimental model, straight from a lab in Japan. Arthur lied, his eyes darting toward the exit. Dell opened a box. The toothbrushes looked impressive sleek, silver, and heavy. He pressed the on button. A low-pitched hum filled the air, and for a moment, every loose piece of metal in the warehouse began to vibrate in sympathy. Hear that, rotters, power, Dell shouted over the hum. I'll take the lot. Chapter 18, The Sonic Boom. The following Saturday, the Trotters set up their pitch in Peckham once again.